The title of this book is called All Stations Distress, written and illustrated by Don Brown. Don Brown is an award-winning author and illustrator of many picture book biographies. He is widely praised for his resonant storytelling and his delicate watercolor painting that evoke excitement, humor, pain, and joy of lives lived with passion. He currently lives in New York right now and has written 26 books. I chose this book because I've always been interested in the history behind the sinking of the Titanic. This particular book did not receive an award, but other of his books have received awards before. Well, I'm pretty sure you all know about the Titanic. As it says in the top of the book, this happened April 15, 1912. The type of information shared in this book is non-fiction. It's interpretive because it takes you into the sequence of how the Titanic sank and like not how it happened literally, but how it started, like when it hit the iceberg and then what happened after that and then what happened after that. So it's going at a sequence. Some of the facts that I learned from this book that I knew already, but they were enhanced here. So you can see how his watercolors here. So the Titanic left England bound for New York City with about 2,200 passengers and crew. That's one of the facts, I'm sorry, that I learned. But you can see his water paintings, which are pretty amazing. The ship offered luxurious staterooms, excellent restaurants, and a swimming pool, a gym, and an elegant grand staircase. The Titanic's captain was Edward Smith. Frederick Fleet and Reginald Lee were the lookouts, and Fleet was the one who spied the iceberg, but unfortunately they couldn't turn it around on time because it was so big and it weighed a lot. After it hit the iceberg, shipbuilder Andrews calculated that the ship would float for about an hour and a half since most of the compartments were damaged. So here you can see how the story evokes how it's sequential. The structure is both a narrative style and an expository style, so it's a combination of both because it tells like some personal experience of different people, but it also shows you through pictures how it happened. The organizational pattern, well, as I told you, this is a sequence since it takes us through the journey of how the Titanic sank. The style of this book, well, you can see the title, was actually the Morse code that they sent. The Morse code was written with only letters, and it was CQDMGY, which meant all stations distress. The organizational tools that the author used is that there's a bibliography at the end of the book, which I'm going to show you just in 1 second. Here it is. And you can see like the watercolor paintings, how they evoke the story. I thought this book was pretty interesting and I learned a lot from it. It helped me enhance the facts that I already knew, but giving me more names and more details about it. This book is the age group appropriate for it starts from 6 years old and it could go all the way to 14. This is a really easy book to read and to understand. I would recommend this book because it tells you all the facts about the Titanic and how it sank in a simple, like in a concise way. And it really does show through the pictures how it happened and why it happened that way. I really like this book and I would recommend it for your children or for your students, just for them to know what happened in the Titanic. And it's an interesting discussion for students to go over. Thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you have a good night.